Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode Bring On the Night. This episode originally aired December 17th, 2002, attracting 4.8 million viewers. It's a Christmas episode.
And Giles is back.
And it's a Christmas episode.
Wow, I never even realized it's Christmas. Who wants to put the decorations up?
Merry Christmas. I don't know when this episode's going up. I'm just assuming it's close enough.
I don't know. Alrighty, so the gang researched the first, but they don't have much luck finding anything. Don grows impatient with Andrew's state of unconsciousness and keeps trying to wake him.
Yeah, her and
Mostly
Dawn.
by slapping or throwing water on him.
And Dawn gets to try slapping him.
Well, she's like, maybe we should get some hot water.
It's a good idea. Oh, wait, this is Buffy.
Dawn and Anya teaming up should happen more often. I am fully on board with that.
Dawn from the last episode is somewhat capable, and Anya can give her
But she's
some
still like a
ideas.
14-year-old.
15-ish, maybe.
Maybe 15, yeah. And Anya's, Anya.
Yeah, human Anya.
Well, no, technically...
I don't think she has any demon powers anymore.
Yeah, no. To fix her mistakes and whatnot, she was probably made human.
Maybe. I don't know. But keeps researching at Buffy's request. Buffy asks for a book, and her mother hands it to her. Joyce warns her that she needs to rest if she intends to defeat this evil. But Buffy knows the visions aren't real. And then Xander wakes her up from her dream. The Uber Vamp drags Spike further into the cave where the first has taken on Drusilla's form to watch Spike get tortured. Oh yeah, they're going to call it an Uber Vamp most of the time.
Julie knows it.
They're not going to call it a Turok Hun.
Because that's too hard to pronounce, so we'll just call it Uber Vamp.
Oh, I mean, it is a vampire just kind of cranked up.
Yeah.
At the Summers house, Dawn and Anya secretly try to force Andrew awake, and he does as Buffy walks into the room. They begin to interrogate him again about the first, but he takes some prompting before he's willing to help them. Andrew leads the gang to the school basement, where the seal is still exposed on the ground. But no Spike or the first evil are seen. Although they don't know what the seal did or does, the gang grab shovels and cover it with dirt again. On the way out, Buffy and Dawn run into Principal Wood, also carrying a shovel. Dawn and Buffy try to explain Buffy's surprising recovery from being sick and her own possession of a shovel, while the principal explains himself and asks Buffy to return to work soon. I love that. I was helping Dawn with a science project. Yes.
I like how both these people shouldn't be here for some reason, but need to explain themselves and lie to each other.
Oh, I was just returning the shovel. I was putting it back down here. Like your
Sure.
We buried a time capsule. Guess what, teenagers of the future? We liked Red Bull, and what was the other thing?
I can't specifically.
It was Red Bull and something. Red Bull's nasty. Anyway. At the house, Willow begins a spell to find the first, but it doesn't go the way she planned. Explosive bolts send Anya and Buffy flying. Willow is briefly possessed by the first evil. Xander smashes a bowl used in the spell, which breaks the effects and sends Willow crashing. She's fearful of the magic and hurting people and begs Buffy not to let her hurt anyone with magic. Buffy starts to leave to find the first herself, but is surprised to find Giles standing outside her front door. With him are three young girls, Kennedy, Molly, and Annabelle, who are potential slayers he's trying to protect.
Oh.
I'm sure none of them will be important.
Maybe.
Giles informs the whole gang about the first's plans to destroy all Slayers in training. They're Watchers, and eventually the two active Slayers, Buffy and Faith. Faith hasn't come around for a while.
No, but it's interesting that they do mention Faith.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Just to bring attention that she was a thing.
Yep, I'm sure she won't be back.
Maybe her corpse will show up somewhere.
Nope. Faith is coming back.
Oh, joy.
Oh, no. Or, good.
For the last, chunk of episodes, we're going to have some Faith.
Oh, alright.
And Faith is good.
Alright.
Good within the sense that she was before, or good within the sense of she'll supposedly
Good
assist?
under the influence of the first, maybe. I don't freaking know.
David, it's important to have faith. This is a double entendre for this season.
Oh no, what?
Because there's going to be religious stuff and faith. Anyway,
We'll see how it goes.
he breaks the news that the council has been completely destroyed along with most of their records, except for a few books and references on the first he stole while he was still there.
Good job, Giles.
Giles goes over basic knowledge about the first evil, explaining that it can only take on the appearance of the dead, but is incapable of becoming corporeal, so it can't be solid. He informs Buffy that, unfortunately, she is the only one strong enough to actually stand a chance of winning against the first. One of the potentials, Kennedy, objects to the situation and wonders why they're hiding out on the Hellmouth of all places, with only one person responsible for all their lives. That's a hell of a good point.
That's a good point, sure.
She's fairly reasonable.
But why would one of them decide to just run away?
Well, they are on the Hellmouth, and, like...
Away from the person trying to take care of them.
But there's, like... Kennedy's not wrong here. Like, why would you go to the mouth of hell to try to escape hell?
Well, not so much escape hell, but try to manage with it. Your
Because
job
that's
is
where
to
the
stop
Slayer
evil
lives. So, I don't know.
Anyway. In the cave, the Ubervamp tortures Spike by dunking his head underwater while Drusilla lectures Spike about following the rules. I always thought this would have been cooler if it was like holy water, and the Ubervamp just had like a glove on or something, because I just think that's a cool visual.
If it was holy water, I think Spike would die.
No, like if they held him on under for a while, yes, but not if it was just like but.
I think it would most likely be the concern of having to make the effect of his skin literally burning with being dunked in holy water, which would most likely cause some additional effects to
They probably have a lot of those effect like templates and stuff on hand though, because they've used it so much. So it's probably, I don't know, but I would assume it's not that expensive. Because they dust vampires all the time.
But again, with just typical drowning, it works effectively just as a form of torture.
But technically Spike shouldn't have to breathe. Because he's dead.
Yeah.
What's the case with other vampires? And they just simply walk underwaters without any sort of concern?
I mean, they should, because they don't have a circulatory system or any... They don't have to breathe or pump blood. So they don't need oxygen. Just like they don't need to eat food.
A thing to supposedly argue on the forums of things and discuss about creating a new vampire book.
If I ever did a vampire movie, they would definitely do the holy water thing. Just because I think it's cool. Anyway, Kennedy helps Willow make the sleeping arrangements around the house, and ultimately Kennedy ends up staying in Willow's room. I wonder if that'll be important later.
Oh, joy.
Probably not. Probably. Just a little bit. There's a great joke here. The girls convene in the kitchen and start eating cookies after Dawn burns the meal she was trying to cook. Buffy and Giles walk and talk together as they search for an entrance to the cave. Buffy remembers from the first time she encountered the first, and its minions, the Bringers. Buffy unintentionally finds it as she follows through some old planks covering the ground, and she searches the caves. As she searches the cave, she is viciously attacked by the Ubervamp. She She stakes the demon, but doesn't kill him, and he proceeds to beat her up badly. Buffy narrowly escapes the cave by climbing out, and the vampires kept at bay by the rising sun. Giles and Buffy return to the house to find the three potential slayers hanging out in the kitchen. Giles tells them all about the vampire Buffy fought, the Turok Hand. He explains that it is one of a prehistoric race of vampires that is far superior to and feared by the everyday vampires Buffy is used to. At work, Buffy researches evil on the internet.
Because you're going to find a whole lot.
It's like 950,000 pages or something. It's so good.
It's like you gotta have a bit more keywords here.
Principal Wood stops to check on her again. Again in the cave, Spike is smacked around by the Uber Vamp while Drusilla dances about and tries to convince Spike to decide to be on their side of the game. Spike doesn't fall for the mind tricks and earns himself more of a beating from the Uber Vamp. Buffy reviews her wounds as her mother pays her another visit. Joyce talks to Buffy about evil and its constant presence in everyone, and about the pressure Buffy's dealing with this evil. She wakes up to find that she's still at work and is in the middle of a meeting with the student.
Yeah,
the student walks off, and Principal Wood watches from his office as a very tired Buffy tries to deal with the stress. Later that evening, the gang prepares for sundown and the potential danger it brings to them. The potential Slayers get weapons while Andrew tries unsuccessfully to convince Buffy and Xander to untie him. As Buffy watches for the sun to set, Giles reminds her that she's the one being depended on, and then Molly interrupts, informing them Annabelle has run off. The could-be Slayer runs through the streets of Sunnydale until she is captured by Uber Vamp and quickly killed. Buffy finds them both and is badly injured in a fight with the monster. The first, in Drusilla's form, gets angry with Spike as he continues to refuse to cooperate. A terribly wounded Buffy sits alone at home as she listens to Giles and Willow talk in another room. They worry about Buffy's condition and their ability to fight this thing seems to be much big. That seems to be much bigger than them all. Buffy finally comes downstairs and gives an inspirational speech about this huge challenge before them that is bigger than any evil they've ever faced. She tells the group that she's more scared than ever, but she's not going to back down now. There's a new plan. They're declaring war on this evil instead of waiting for it to make a move, which Buffy says, if they want an apocalypse, we'll give them one.
Oh, man.
So I'm sure nothing's going to happen.
We'll initiate the apocalypse this time.
I don't think that's how apocalypses work.
I don't think so either. I mean, Willow could have tried.
I mean, Willow could initiate an apocalypse.
Last season, yes.
Well, she technically still has the power to do it.
Yeah. And that one time she tried using magic, kind of backfired.
Yes, she did get possessed by the first for a little while there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so for music, again, it's just Robert Duncan with the original score. And for international titles, in French, The Dawn of the Last Day. In German, When the Night Begins. And in Portuguese, May the Night Come.
Bring on the night.
Alrighty, so what did you guys think of this episode?
Oh man, that Uber Vamp.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
He's pretty strong.
You're pretty strong. Can't be easily staked.
Easily, I don't know.
Can't be staked.
Can't be staked. But apparently still weak to sunlight, so...
And decapitation.
Yeah, so what other sort of options are open? Just decapitation and just
Those two.
figuring out how to do that sort of thing.
Sunlight decapitation.
And Buffy's attempt to drop all those pipes on him kind of slowed him down a little bit, but not much.
It's resilient.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, very much so.
So, as for the three potential Slayers, names sadly...
No, two.
The names sadly escape me. I remember specifically Annabelle.
Yeah, so Annabelle's the one who dies.
The most, excuse my wording, but most British out of them, and kind of set and secure in her faith of following the teachings of the Watchers and whatnot, kind of astute and whatnot with that sort of thing. Not surprising that she ran after that particular point.
No, so it's done because they have to kill somebody. Like, the Uber Vamp has to get a kill in.
But no, out of all the characters, it makes sense it would be her.
Yeah, so the other two are Molly and Kennedy.
Kennedy, I believe, was the feistier one, but...
She's the one that ends up with Willow.
Yes, the feisty one. Kind of brings additional sense to most things.
She's great.
And then, of course, there's Molly. They're gonna be cookies? I question how good of a Slayer she would possibly be.
Which one?
Molly.
I don't know. I mean, like, she's not that far off from, like, early Buffy. I mean, that was kind of Buffy's character, like, the first couple of seasons. Like, ooh, cookies. Ooh, something shiny. Like... so, Kennedy is not a well-loved character.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why do you think that?
Her attitude, mostly.
What do you mean?
Oh. Yeah. Word escapes me, but yeah, I'm pretty sure just her attitude will rub a lot of people the wrong way.
I don't know. I don't really have any high opinions of the other Slayers right now, or potential Slayers.
So, I think the reason a lot of people don't like Kennedy is because obviously they're pairing her up with Willow.
Oh, going a little bit more down that road?
Because people will think that is Tara's replacement or something.
I think that's what a lot of people automatically went to.
Yeah.
And, like, she's so polar opposite of Tara.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, I think Kennedy's great. I think she's really funny. And she's just, like, she just doesn't give a fuck. But, yeah, it's gonna be fun. You're either gonna hate her or love her. I don't know which. But she will be in, I think, every episode from now on. Or at least the majority of them. And there will be, let's just say, a fairly controversial scene later.
Oh, boy.
This season.
Hooray!
Don't worry. Don't worry. Nobody's gonna die in it.
It's not going to be a controversial scene as the likes of Seeing Red, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it will be controversial in the way that you remember a certain scene in The Body. What happened in The Body, Justin?
There were a lot of things that happened in The Body.
That's the first episode where Willow and Tara kiss, right?
Yes. Okay, well, okay. For some reason, I wasn't thinking of that immediately when you said controversy. But
that's, I think, the most controversial thing in that episode.
I guess if you can see it as a controversy, but I mean, I guess at the time it was.
Let's just say they're on a network that has less restrictions.
Yeah.
They're going to go farther. A lot farther.
Then,
hooray!
So, that near last scene with Spike and then jumping over to Buffy. Who manned that? Just Spike sticking to his guns. It's like, hey, first evil. You're not gonna change me over because she believes in me. Flip you.
Yeah, they're trying to turn Spike babyface.
Yeah. It's mostly falls to the question of how much can you supposedly forgive a person for their particular actions, and how much effect do those particular actions sort of hold relevancy for how long it's happened.
So Spike has a soul now, so it's different.
Is it, or is it not? Again, kind of different people's sort of take on it.
As I've said, I really dislike the character arc they take with Spike because of what they did previously. And using sexual violence as a way to turn somebody into a good guy is, I think, really fucked up. But
there were probably
I
better
was saying that
options.
as his lower point, or rather his lowest point, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand, like, I can understand that perspective, but, like, I really dislike it.
Yeah. And then, of course, Buffy, just at the end with her speech, just, yeah, this is evil. This is the huge big bad, and we're probably gonna die, and it's gonna eat us whole. But gosh darn it, we're gonna make it choke.
So, next time we'll be talking about the episode Showtime.
Showtime?
Within the decent sense, or are we gonna take a moment of levity?
Alrighty. So, I'm just gonna read the first little bit of the synopsis.
What?
A young woman gets off a bus at a bus station at night and heads to a payphone to find the number for Buffy Summers. Before she can find the number, one of the bringers appears behind her with a knife.
So, another one of these instances.
Yeah, so the general thing is going to be Buffy must win back the confidence of the potential Slayers, and Anya and Giles are going to seek out an oracle.
Okay.
And it's going to be, well, it's going to be a thing.
Oh man, the things.
Like I said, this season has a lot of potential.
Hmm?
And I think Justin hates that now.
You keep mentioning this.
Well, I mean, we've got potential slayers.
There's a lot of potential in this, yes.
I wonder if there could be more.
There could be so many more. Because not only could there be another Slayer once the first Slayer dies, there could be other potential Slayers if the other potential Slayers die.
I wonder if there's another potential slayer closer to home. Anyway,
Yeah.
until then, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.